Good morning, teacher, and hello, everyone. Today, I would like to present about the lesson that I have learned. Here is the content that I will discuss in the presentation. The first one is phrasal verb in each unit, and I chose 3 parts of grammar for the presentation. Let's start with the phrasal verb in unit 6. The first one is can you just leave me be? It means that can you just leave me alone? Can you ignore me? Do not disturb me. For example, when your friend disturbs you too much or keep following you, and you can say to him that can you just leave me be, please? The second one is the umpteenth time. It means that used to describe the action that happened repeatedly so many times. For example, a staff or a person who is late every day, and you can say that you are late the umpteenth time. The third one is you are playing with fire. It means that you are taking the risk action, or you doing the action that is dangerous. For example, you are close to the exam day and you keep playing game, you just chill, you do not care about the lesson. This means that you are playing with fire because you don't care about your responsibility. And the fourth one, what are the odds? This phrase used to describe the action or something that surprisingly happened. For example, I met my old teacher at a supermarket, and I can say that what are the odds of meeting my old teacher at supermarket? It means that this action is surprise, you don't have plan, or it can eventually happen. And the next phrase, you just can't be too careful. The phrase used to tell someone that you must be careful. There is something dangerous happen. You must be careful. And then a little over the top, used to describe something that is unacceptable. For example, we are a student and we wear too short to class, and we can say that we are a little over the top. And then take my word for it. When you say take my word for it to someone, it means that you want someone to remember your word, your speech or your statement. It means that remember my word. For example, I want to tell my friend, take my word for it, if you don't study hard, you will fail the exam. And the last one, just can't beat. It means that something that already happened, it means that something already good, you cannot compare to it, or you cannot beat it. Let's move to the phrasal verb in unit 7. The first one is run something by someone. The something here you can replace with the idea or opinion. And someone also like that. Run something by someone means that we want to bring our idea or our opinion to another one when you need the suggestion or need help. For example, I'm not sure about the project, so I need to run my project by my supervisor, like that. Yes, and then only one catch. Only one catch means that something already good, but they have one mistake or one drawback. That's because one catch. For example, about an iPhone. The iPhone is already good, like it have a great quality camera, battery, display. but the only one cut for it is that the price is a little bit high for the price. And the such one, that's a red flag. That's a red flag means that something like any concern, or we can see that there might be dangerous about it. For example, I'm a student, but I don't understand the lesson, and the exam coming, and then the exam scare me. I'm afraid of failing the exam, so the exam is a red flag for me. We can say that. Sound like a safe bet means that something that is reliable or it is a good choice. For example, this is the rainy season, so we can say in this rainy season, bringing an umbrella sound like a safe bet. Yes, it means that it makes you safe, or it prevents you from the rain when you bring the umbrella. And then a grain of salt. A grain of salt means that we use to describe or tell someone not to trust something 100%. For example, when a friend tells you that you can finish a big project in one day, and then you do not believe him, and you can say that I will take that claim with a grain of salt, because you don't believe that he can complete the project like this in one day. Right? The last one is about wishful thinking. Well, wishful thinking refer to the action that you believe it too much, even it's unreliable yet. You're too much sure about it. Sometimes it can be negative too. For the phrasal verb in Unit 8, we have narrow down. Narrow down means to do something more specific or to reduce the option. For example, I want to choose 3 universities. I have 3 universities for my option, and I need to choose one. So we can say that I need to narrow down the option, because I only need one university for study. And second, make up my mind. Make up my mind is simply mean decide. You decide to do something or choose something. And being on the cutting edge. Cutting edge means refer to the technology, modern technology or innovative solution. For example, my company is on the cutting edge. It means that my company is using modern technology. Yes. And the second thought, it means that you unsure about your decision. For example, you choose option A, and then you choose option B later. So it means that you had a second thought on your option. For the polar side, refer to the something that is completely different. For example, about me and my brother, I like to hang out, but my brother, he doesn't. He like to stay home. You can say that me and my brother are on the polar opposite. Yes, for the best of both worlds, it means that you enjoy or you like the benefit of doing 2 things. It means that those 2 things provide you the benefit, not the disadvantage. Like you are working from home and you are working in the office, and then you got the benefit from those 2. You love it, and then you can say that it is the best of both worlds. And starting from the scratch means that you start doing something from the very beginning or from the zero. Like your company starting from the scratch. It means that starting from really small to the big. And the last one, you can't go wrong. It means that refer to something that really best option for you. For example, you like pizza and you are hungry. You can say that if you are hungry, you can't go wrong with pizza because pizza is the really best option for you. Now let's move to the grammar. Here I will discuss about if it weren't for and if it hadn't been for. But first, about if it weren't for first. If it weren't for is a condition that used to describe something that affect is about the present. Like for example here, if it weren't for my job, I would be living abroad now. So this is the condition, and the result of fact is now in the present, not in the past. Here is the structure of it. We have it weren't for plus noun or noun phrase, and then comma with would and the base verb. Like this example, if it weren't for my job, I would be living abroad now. My job here is the noun phrase, and I would be living abroad. Would is here, and be living is the base verb, but it is in the continuous form. And the second example, if it weren't for the internet, communication would be much harder today. It means that if it don't have the internet, our communication will hard. But the real, it won't like that. Today we have the internet and the communication is better. But let's understand with the structure. You can see the would here and be here. Be is the base verb. Yes, that's all for the if it weren't for. For if it hadn't been for, we used to describe the unreal action that happened and show the result in the past. Like this example, if it hadn't been for the teacher help, we wouldn't have finished the project on time. So the statement here is called unreal. If it hadn't been for the teacher help, but the real action, the teacher have been helped, and we also have finished the project on time and finished in the past. So we use it with the if it hadn't been for, and the structure is it hadn't been for plus noun phrase, would have plus past participle, as you can see like this. Here is the negative form. And another example, if it hadn't been for your advice. If it hadn't been for your advice, I would have failed the exam. It means that I gave your advice and I passed the exam, but I already passed in the past. So we use it with the if it hadn't been for. Let's move to another grammar, is reporting noun clause. So what is reporting noun clause? Reporting noun clause we use to report a general statement or belief or general idea, opinion, and we don't want to show the source and don't want to show who is the owner of the statement or who said the statement. For example, I go to the browser and search, and I can see that the research show aerobic exercise is especially helpful. I see this, and then if I want to report this statement to my friend or my teacher, I can simply say that it has been shown that aerobic exercise is especially helpful. This is we call reporting noun clause, and when I say this, I don't show the specific source. Let's see the structure of it. We have it plus a passive reporting verb, which is to be plus verb 3, like this example. It is believed that regular exercise reduces stress. The statement here, it is. So we don't know who believes. It's just a general idea or opinion, right? And here is the to be, and believe in the verb with the verb 3. This is the simple form. And the second example, it was being reported that the company was facing financial problem. This is the continuous form, past continuous form. So when it comes to the past continuous form, we also change the to be to was and being reported. The last example is the negative form. It was not expected that online learning will become so common. So in this statement, we don't know who expected. It's just a general idea, and it is in negative form. We just add not after the to be here, and don't forget the past participle. Yes, that's all for the reporting noun clause. This is the last point of my presentation, which is subjunctive noun clause. So subjunctive noun clause is a clause that we use the base verb like this. We can see that in the example, he study without the s or ies, which is the base form. Why we use the base form? Because the verb recommend here, and because the verb recommend, and this kind of verb mostly it's not only verb, it can be adjective or noun that express the demand or suggestion or something that is important. And after we can see this kind of the verb. After that, the verb here is in the base form. For example, the structure. Let's see the structure here. We have the main clause plus that plus subject, and we use the base verb like this. They recommend in the main clause, and then that she is study harder. The study for the study here is in the base form. We do not change. And the second example, he demanded that the report be finished today. No matter what the tense or the form, continuous form or perfect form, we still use the base verb. Like this is the passive voice. So we use be finished today. Be is the base verb. And then for the third example, the code suggests that he be working on his fitness daily. So the code suggests this statement is about suggestion. So after see the verb suggest, he be working on his fitness daily. The be working here is the base verb. We do not use he is working, we use he be working because the power of the word suggests. And then the doctor advised that he not eat too much sugar. So the doctor advised he not eat too much sugar because of the power of the word advice here. It's in the negative form, and he not eat too much. It is the base verb, and we just add not before the base verb when the statement is negative. And the last one, so about important. It was important that She attended the meeting. Important, when you see the word important, and after that, she attended the meeting. Attend here is in the past verb. We do not add s. Yes, this is we call the subjunctive. For the conclusion of the presentation, what we have discussed is that phrasal verb in Unit 6, Unit 7, and Unit 8, the grammar, if it weren't for and if it had been for. If it weren't for is a condition that show result in the present, and if it had been for, it show result in the past. Right? And then reporting noun clause. Reporting noun clause, you to report and a statement or opinion, and we don't want to show the source or the owner of the statement. And then subjunctive noun clause, we use the best verb in the clause, even though the subject is third person singular. Yes, that's all of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.